It's an addiction. It's the best part of my year.
It's Zest Fest, and it marks the first anniversary of the Irving Convention Center at Las Colinas. We're here looking at how this facility is doing in meeting its goals.
We hear gunshots, and it was not a good scene.
Now it's a neighborhood in transformation. We look at what is next for Tudor Lane.
They physically let you get out in the water and show you how to do everything.
Concerned about water quality? See what some volunteers are doing to make a difference. Plus the upgrades at an Irving park and what's going into this building to boost the economy. We're on location at the Convention Center, and this is City Source. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. We're inside the Irving Convention Center at Las Colinas, which just began its second year in operation after wrapping up a busy first year. More than 240 events were held here, drawing about 130,000 people. The center is also credited for getting more than 14,000 hotel room nights booked. One of the first big events held here was Zest Fest, and organizers brought it back for a second year. City Source reporter Ashley Roberts checked out the spicy fun.
From salsas to lollipops, Zest Fest tantalizes and even terrorizes taste buds.
There's usually tears involved, a lot of sweating.
I don't feel my tongue anymore. Can't feel my tongue.
You got sweet, then it gets hot, then you got real spicy. Hotter than a mofo is very hot. I'm talking about tear-watering hot.
It is a rush. It's an addiction. It's the best part of my year.
The annual event is all about taste testing galore.
Zest Fest is a great celebration of all things spicy.
It's also the second year being held here at Irving Convention Center's Exhibition Hall, just in time for its one-year anniversary.
Having these guys back is a great sign for us.
Up to 10,000 visitors stop by to dip into a variety of spicy samplings, such as
Hotter than a mofo.
a catchy name and a catchy costume, all created by comedian J. Anthony Brown.
It's been incredible. The costume is really it's been an attention getter, which has caused people to really go back and try the sauce.
El Gringo Loco is another hit. Chef Kaz came all the way from Chicago.
We won the Golden Chili Award, which is like the Oscar for the spicy food industry. It's top honors, first place for our flame-grilled veggie salsa.
Chef Kaz is one of 750 entrepreneurs who entered the Zest Fest Fiery Foods competition, which takes place on opening night. Winners say the recognition is a huge honor.
They really get some of them on the map. They get found, then the retailers can find them. People go looking for that product in the grocery store because they saw it at Zest Fest.
But the Best in Show can only go to one company. This year, K-John's Fiery Foods brings home the title, a very proud winner.
This is like a Lifetime Achievement Award.
But the businesses aren't the only ones who like to compete.
It just adds pure heat.
There are many daredevil tasters among the crowds.
You're sweating. You look like you're miserable.
Yep, I am.
And like many, Josh Carrillo loves the misery. He just finished K-John's execution station.
It's a challenge. Each one gets progressively hotter. That last one's just bad.
New to this year's Zest Fest are various milk stations, which are strategically placed around the convention center to help those who just can't handle the heat.
That which really does the best job of helping you through it is either something sweet or something dairy.
You gonna have to go to the milk station?
No. Ride it out.
Must not be a trick everyone uses. There's just something about these fiery foods.
It's a kind of an addiction. They call ourselves chili heads. And so we always want to find something a little bit spicier with a little more flavor.
It's the intensity of the flavor that really, it's like a major endorphin kick.
I don't know if it's the excitement of get your mouth hot. I don't know what it is. Some people just love it.
I had to get on the action to see, so I tested out a drink mixer called the Snake Bite. The conclusion? It burns in a good way.
Pain is pleasure.
Yeah, I'll be proud of that wristband if I can make it. I don't know if I can make it.
But if sauces aren't your thing, how about the world's hottest lollipop licking contest?
They are self-inflicting the pain inside their mouth and the heat.
Seems like there is something for everybody here on the corner of pleasure and pain. Ashley Roberts for City Source.
Just a couple of days before Zest Fest, Irving Mayor Beth Van Dyne was here to deliver her first State of the City address. She talked about many of the successes in the city, including the record low crime rate and the opening of the West Irving Library.
These triumphs represent the best of teamwork and what success can be when we realize when we work well together. While we have accomplished much, these achievements have not come without a cost. We've seen our city's debt climb from $250 million to $560 million in the last 5 years alone, during the worst economic crisis that this country has seen. Property taxes, sales taxes, franchise fees, hotel occupancy taxes, and interest income, everything that generates city revenue is down. Fuel and employee costs are up. We cannot afford to continue spending like we have in the past.
The mayor also talked about the importance of working as a region to further develop the economy and voice support for a convention center hotel. Watch the entire address later here on ICTN or catch it online anytime. The convention center will be busy in the next few months. In fact, just about every weekend between now and the end of May has an event booked or pending. Among the highlights confirmed, the Texas Dreams Gymnastics Prime Meet is February 23rd through 26th. March 2nd through 4th brings the North Texas Golf Expo. March 31st is the Deaf Nation Expo. Find a full schedule at irvingconventioncenter.com. And this facility is just one economic win for the city. Here are others just announced. Christus Health announced that it is consolidating its offices in Houston and San Antonio. The company will bring more than 600 jobs to Irving. And this was the scene at Nissan North America on Beltline Road as employees and business leaders gathered to celebrate that company's growth.
This new facility doubles our training capacity here in Texas, but it also covers a number of states all the way up to the Dakotas. We're on the verge of a major new product expansion. We're launching a lot of new vehicles over the course of the next 2 years, actually 20 new products in the next 24 months. So we have a big demand for technician training, and this facility is designed to deliver that training.
And one more business note to pass along, Regal Plastics will be moving into this building on Royal Lane from a smaller building in Dallas. The company believes the bigger, renovated space will help it grow. It plans to more than triple its workforce within a decade. Improvements are also evident on Tudor Lane in South Irving. We have closely followed the transformation in that neighborhood over the past few years, and now it's time for the next chapter. City Source reporter Chris Blake has the story.
Irving police visited the old fourplexes that were on Tudor Lane as much as any area in Irving.
It wasn't how many times per week, it was how many times per day that we had officers here.
That police presence, along with the removal of unsafe, crime-ridden apartment complexes, led to a 72% reduction in crime. Neighbors say worries about crime won't come into play when sending their kids to one of Irving's best schools. Lamar Middle School has been recognized by the state 14 of the last 15 years.
When I moved here, my boys were going to junior high here, and we would sit out on the football field and we'd hear gunshots, and it was not a good scene.
I've had grandkids attend Brown and Lamar, and it has been times that I've gotten up and walked my grandkids to school for their safety.
High crime led to high turnover in ownership led to more unstable rental processes, and so you just got a lot of people who were not invested in the neighborhood.
With the crime now reduced, the neighborhood is ready for its next transformation. To help get ready for that next phase, the city of Irving hosted a workshop at Lamar Middle School, which is bordered on one side by Tudor Lane, to get neighbors to work together.
I want you to understand now, this is not a community meeting. It's not a neighborhood meeting. This is a problem-solving session.
Those in attendance were asked to write down what they thought the top problems were on Tudor Lane and then find a solution for what they thought was the most pressing issue. This is where the crime-ridden multiplexes stood. Soon, the city will start construction on single-family homes that officials say will promote ownership as opposed to rental and hopefully make the area safer.
And that builds in neighborhood stability. You get to know your neighbors take care of you, and the property values stay up.
This is what those new homes will look like. Ebner says 27 single-family homes will go up on Tudor Lane. Through a federal grant program, first-time homebuyers can get up to $30,000 in down payment assistance and no-interest loans.
Well, our vision is that we have an engaged neighborhood who have ownership and they have something to be proud of.
And neighbors we talk to have nothing but praise for the city.
I give them A+ in what they've done. They've done an excellent job getting it done.
I think it's wonderful. It makes it safer for myself, my grandkids, and the other residents on this street. And I couldn't be more happier than a kid at Christmas.
And by Christmas, some of those new homes should be complete, with homeowners starting the next chapter of their lives in a neighborhood transformed. Chris Blake for City Source.
People have a chance to learn more about those federal grants of up to $30,000 for first-time homebuyers. Free seminars are scheduled for February 18th and March 17th at 125 North MacArthur Boulevard. Interested people must register by calling 214-396-4071. Improvements are complete at a local park. Crews with the city's Parks Department replaced the surface around the playground at Thomas Jefferson Park at Hidden Ridge Road and MacArthur Boulevard. They took out an old rubber surface that had started to come apart over the years, creating a hazard for kids running across it. Here you see crews putting in rock to provide drainage, and over that they placed a foot of wood fiber material.
Safer, mulch is safer than the sand. The sand, after a while, it gets hard, and the mulch always stays soft for the kids whenever they want to play in it.
In addition to the safety benefit, the wood fiber makes the playground handicapped accessible. It also is more affordable than the rubber surface it replaced. Earlier this year, the Parks Department completed a similar project at Rodeo Park. Even though the area has gotten some rain, the city does not plan to lift Stage 3 water restrictions. Lake Chapman, which is the East Texas lake where Irving gets most of its water, remains 8 feet below the normal level. A reminder that Stage 3 restrictions mean residents and businesses can only water once a week on designated days based on their addresses. Car washing is also limited. Violators are subject to warnings and fines up to $2,000. Some volunteers are looking after our local waterways. City Source reporter Rebecca Combs went along with members of the Texas Stream Team.
We're going to do some Texas Stream Team monitoring today.
Have you ever stopped to think about how important our waterways are?
Shake it.
Well, a handful of volunteers across Irving and Texas have.
We've been monitoring this site for quite a while.
They are a part of an organization called Texas Stream Team.
Texas Stream Team is a statewide initiative. We get volunteers, residents, to come forward, and they adopt a water body, a location, and then they commit to a 2-year program to monitor, and it's once a month at the same time of day at that location, and they report that information. And it's a once a month picture of what's going on at this location, at this particular body of water.
Founded in 1991, the mission of the Texas Stream Team is to promote a healthy and safe environment through education.
We report this to the state.
And one of the ways they do that is by recruiting and teaching new community volunteers.
Now you can rinse that one and you can start your other tests.
Sarah Beckelman participates in the Master Naturalist program and is being trained to manage her own body of water.
They have Stream Team training for us, and there's a lot of members of our chapter that do water monitoring. There's not that many in Irving, so I wanted to volunteer in my community.
Now you may be wondering what exactly they look for.
We're looking at water quality, and these are just little snapshot data points. So we'll start with air temperature, we'll do the water temperature, we will look at the conductivity of the water.
Conductivity is a big part in water monitoring, and Karen explained just how important it is.
Conductivity is a measure of how many suspended solids there are in your water sample. Pure water will not conduct electricity, right? So the more pollution or elements or solids that you have in your water, the better that water will conduct electricity.
Along with the scientific tests, volunteers also find it important to simply keep their eyes open and look for any changes.
The thing that we're really going to look at too, though, besides those tests, is what's going on in the watershed. What's happening out here right now, besides just those numbers. If you normally see a bunch of frogs and fish in the water, and then over time they start to disappear, that'd be something you'd want to, tell somebody.
Volunteering for the Texas Stream Team is a commitment, but one that comes with training and support.
If they're going to monitor in Irving, I'll provide them their kit. The kit costs almost $400, and in exchange for their service, we loan them the kit. We'll replace their chemicals and that kind of thing.
Karen showed us some of the things in that kit that volunteers use.
You lower this into the water, and depending on the clarity of the water, you lower this until you can't see the divisions on the plate any longer. And you measure the length of your rope in meters and bring it back up, measure it again, and take the average of that length of it. This is all pH, this is your conductivity, and then everything else is up there. So it's laid out really nice the way they did it.
Our waterways are clearly very important, and volunteers believe this is one way of keeping them clean for the next generation.
I'm a firm believer in taking good care of our water because I think that is going to be our next crisis in the U.S. and the world, really, is water. So I would like to conserve and take care of as much of it as we can. And I think monitoring the quality of our water has helped to do that.
Rebecca Combs for CitySource.
The next Stream Team event is Saturday, February 18th, starting at Birds Fort Trail Park. Register at cityofirving.org/begreen or call 972-742-2296. The next election in Irving is coming up on May 12th. 3 city council seats are at stake. Places 4 and 6 are single-member districts. Candidates must be an Irving resident and have lived in the district for at least a year. Place 8 is at large, so candidates can live anywhere in the city. Here are some dates to keep in mind. The filing period runs through March 5th. Early voting is April 30th through May 8th. The city secretary's office can answer any election questions. That number is 972-721-2493. Spanish speakers can call 214-422-3751. Coming up, some spring break activities for kids, but first, Web Watch, our most popular and most talked about videos online. A lot of you saw how crews are repairing drainage issues in the Austin Heights neighborhood. People there are grateful to be getting updated streets.
I think this solves our problem.
And it's quite a job that they did.
Also on the list are a look at changes coming to DART bus service as light rail prepares to make its first stop in Irving this July. And people are still tuning in to watch a tribute to Norma Stanton, who some call the mother of mass transit in Irving. She was recently honored with a road dedication. You can always catch up with any stories you may have missed. Links to our ICTN On Demand site and our live streaming 24/7 coverage are available at ictn.tv. Hundreds of videos are also available at youtube.com/thecityofirving. Subscribe to our channel and you can be notified when new videos are uploaded. You can also find our reports on iTunes, search for ICTN, and download stories and shows to your iPod or iPhone to watch anytime. The American Heart Association again honored the City of Irving as a platinum-level fit-friendly employer. The city manager and staff members accepted the award at an event in Richardson. The honor is based in part on Irving's wellness program called iWin, which offers employees incentives for achieving certain fitness criteria. iWin has been successful in making employees healthier and reducing insurance claims.
It's incredible. The strides that the employees have made over the last 3 years, now going into year 4, has been tremendous. Every year the participation increases so much that everybody is on the same thought process. Get healthy, get well, and participate. And it's been a great achievement.
The city is very engaged with that organization, and I will tell you, it really is one that the city ought to be very proud of.
This is the 3rd year that Irving has earned this award. City Manager Tommy Gonzalez was among the honorees at an event recognizing the North Texas delegation of gubernatorial appointees. Gonzalez serves on the board of the State Office of Risk Management. Alumni of Leadership North Texas, along with the North Texas Commission Board of Directors, hosted that event here at the Convention Center. If you have children, they are probably reminding you that spring break is coming up soon. The Irving Police Activities League has a few spots available for some fun events. A camping trip at Tyler State Park is scheduled March 12th through the 14th. A trip to the Dallas Museum of Nature and Science is on Tuesday, March 13th and Thursday, the 15th. It's the Dallas Zoo on Wednesday, March 14th. Registration is required for these events. Call 972-254-4659 or visit irvingpow.org. Some upcoming classes give residents the chance to learn more about what it's like to be an Irving police officer. The Citizens Police Academy kicks off new classes on March 6th. SWAT, crime scene analysis, and the K-9 unit are just a few of the topics covered in the 14 sessions, which are available in English and Spanish. Registration forms are available at irvingpd.com or call Officer Lance Pikert at 972-721-3557. If you still have holiday lights decorating the outside of your home, it's time to take them down. The city's code enforcement department says lights are required to be down within 90 days of the holiday, and officers will begin enforcement on March 1st. Time now for our Pets of the Week. Here's Sarah Kammerer from the DFW Humane Society at the Animal Care Campus.
Hi, my name is Sarah and I'm with the DFW Humane Society here at the Irving Animal Care Campus, and our Pet of the Week is Chubby. She is an 8-week-old Shar-Pei mix. She was brought in with her siblings. We rescued them from another shelter. Their mother had passed away, so they've been without a mother for about 4 weeks now. But they've been in foster care and they're now ready for adoption. And she is just adorable. When she's not in front of a camera, she's playful, active, and she is great with other dogs. And she has 3 other siblings that are available for adoption. This is Trevesia. She's a 2-year-old pug mix. She was brought to us from another shelter. She was heartworm positive. We've raised the money through our Angel Fund. She's been treated and she's now ready for adoption. She's great with other dogs and she's active and very friendly.
Snow White is a Siamese and she's about 3 years old. She's incredibly sweet and loves to be petted and held, and I know that she would make a perfect fit for any family. If you're interested in her, please come see her soon. This sweet boy is Red. He's about 4 years old and he's the domestic short hair, buff colored. He's a sweet boy as well, and he's looking for his new forever home. If you have room in yours, please come see him soon. If you come into the shelter and don't see one of the pets featured on today's show, don't worry, because we have new arrivals that come in every day of various breeds, colors, and sizes. You're bound to find the perfect one for your home. And if you're already a pet owner, please inquire at the Irving Animal Shelter for low-cost spay-neuter services and vaccine services. We hope to see you soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Natalia. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Celebrating Irving's heritage, we take you to a special event on the next City Source. Also, Irving will soon have some new Citizens on Patrol. We look at what these volunteers learned before hitting the streets. Don't forget to interact with us. We always like to see your comments on YouTube and Facebook, or you can always email us at ictn@cityofirving.org. We'll read some of your comments right here on the show. And that's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks to the team here at the Convention Center, and thanks to everyone who was a part of this production. We leave you now with a look at more of the fun from Zest Fest. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.